anti-Semitic incidents in Australia since October the 7th. That is indisputable. There's been a rise of that kind, obviously nothing on the scale of this, but there have been enough warning red flags for people in the Jewish community and in the Israeli government, including Benjamin Netanyahu, to raise alarm bells about what the government in Israel, and you can obviously speak for them now, what they have seen as a lax attitude to this issue by the Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and his government. So explain why the Israeli government feels, as you have put it, betrayed.
Well, it started even in the first few days, just 2 days after the worst massacre of Jews since the Holocaust, where we were still mourning and burying our dead who were, entire families were burnt alive, little girls were raped, trying to pick the pieces together. On the 9th of October, there were marches in Sydney that celebrated that massacre, where people were chanting on the steps of the Sydney Opera House to gas the Jews, fuck the Jews, all these crazy slogans that call for the death of Jews. This have emboldened them to go more publicly and to call for violence and killing of the Jewish community in Sydney. And then it continued for 2 years when they called to globalize the Intifada. When you say to globalize the Intifada, the Bondi massacre, this is what it means. It means to bring that hatred, that violence, those massacre, beheading people, what we've seen during the Intifada, and to bring them to London and to Sydney and to New York and to Toronto. And that's what it actually means. And unfortunately,